My sister got me arrested in my wedding dress. The charges she filed destroyed her instead. My sister Diane had been obsessing over the Rosewood Vineyard since she was 15. She'd drawn pictures of herself getting married there, created Pinterest boards with thousands of photos, even drove there monthly just to walk around the grounds pretending it was her wedding day. The only problem was she wasn't engaged, wasn't even dating anyone. But in her mind, that vineyard belonged to her future wedding, and anyone else using it was stealing her dream. When I got engaged to Oliver and he suggested Rosewood, I didn't know about Diane's obsession. I just thought it was beautiful. We put down the deposit, sent out save the dates, everything was perfect, until Diane found out. She didn't scream or cry. She got quiet, which should have been my first warning. "That's not fair, Olivia," she'd said calmly. "You know I've always wanted to get married there. I didn't know. You never told me, but I shouldn't have to tell you. Sisters just know these things. You're doing this to hurt me." 2 weeks later, expensive jewelry started going missing from houses in our neighborhood. Mrs. Walsh's diamond tennis bracelet, the Hendersons' anniversary rings, Mr. Kim's Rolex. Small enough thefts that people noticed days later, after the items had been moved around. The police started investigating, going door to door, asking questions. Diane volunteered to help coordinate neighborhood watch meetings. She was so helpful, so concerned about everyone's safety. She even made flyers about securing valuables and distributed them personally. 5 days before my wedding, I was doing final dress fittings when police showed up at the boutique. They had a warrant to search my car based on an anonymous tip. I laughed at first, thinking it was a mistake. Then they found Mrs. Walsh's bracelet in my glove compartment, the Hendersons' rings in my spare tire well, Mr. Kim's watch wrapped in tissue in my gym bag. I kept saying I didn't know how they got there, that someone must have planted them. The detective, Officer Ruiz, seemed skeptical. "These items were hidden in 3 separate locations in your vehicle, all wrapped carefully, all from houses you've been to recently." I had been to those houses. Diane had asked me to help deliver her neighborhood watch flyers. She'd stayed in the car while I knocked on doors, saying her ankle hurt from yoga. I'd left my car unlocked each time. They arrested me right there in my wedding dress. The seamstress was still holding the pins. Oliver got the call while he was at work. By the time he made bail, I'd spent 6 hours in holding. My wedding week ruined. But something bothered Officer Ruiz about the case. The tip had been too specific. The caller had known exactly where each item would be, down to which pocket of my gym bag. He pulled the recording of the anonymous tip. The voice was disguised, but the caller had said something odd. "Check her car, especially the gym bag in the trunk, the blue one with the side pocket. She always keeps valuables there when she thinks no one's looking." How would a random tipster know about my specific gym bag, or my habits? Ruiz got suspicious and started checking traffic cameras near the theft locations. That's when he saw something interesting. My car at each house, yes, but also Diane's car, parked 1 street over each time, arriving before me and leaving after. He decided to visit Diane for routine questioning. "Just gathering information," he said, checking if she'd noticed anything unusual. Diane was too eager to help. She pulled out a notebook where she'd been documenting suspicious behavior. "Look," she showed him. "I wrote down every time I saw Olivia acting strange, coming home late, being secretive about wedding expenses. I think she needed money for her fancy vineyard wedding." Ruiz studied the notebook. "These entries are very detailed. You've been watching your sister closely, just being protective. Sisters look out for each other. She's getting married at Rosewood Vineyard, you know. Always had expensive taste." That struck Ruiz as odd. Why mention the venue? He asked more questions. Diane started rambling about how some people didn't deserve nice things, how they took what belonged to others, how the universe had ways of stopping selfish people. Then she made her mistake. "You should also check her old purse, the brown leather one. She probably hid evidence there too." But Ruiz hadn't mentioned finding anything in a purse, and I didn't own a brown leather purse. However, when they checked Diane's apartment, they found a brown leather purse in her closet with receipts from pawn shops. She'd been selling the stolen items after planting duplicates or similar pieces in my car. The real diamond bracelet had been pawned. A fake one had been planted on me. The pawn shop had Diane on camera selling each item. The owner remembered her because she'd said she was raising money for her sister's wedding, that it was a surprise gift. How generous, he thought. When confronted with the evidence, Diane broke down. Full story on channel, link below.